A Cobb County judge sentences a once prominent doctor to 15 years in prison for practicing medicine without a license, racketeering, and theft.
According to court testimony, Nathaniel Johnson performed cosmetic surgery on dozens of women, even though he was not a doctor. Senior I-Team reporter Dale Russell has investigated Nathaniel Johnson for 11 years now and was in court today when that sentence was handed down. Dale?
Russ, it has been a long run following our I-Team reports in 2014. Nathaniel Johnson served a 6-month prison term for Medicaid fraud and aiding the unlicensed practice of medicine. Well, once out, he went back to work in a new medical clinic. A jury found him guilty of practicing medicine without a license himself, and today a judge sentenced him. With his future in the hands of a judge, Nathaniel Johnson arrived in court handcuffed and ready to plead for leniency.
I'm sorry that all this has happened. I'm sorry that they even thought that I was licensed to practice. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry that they felt like I misled them.
A jury convicted Johnson of practicing medicine without a license, racketeering, and theft. Prosecutor Jason Marbett told the judge Johnson deserved 20 years behind bars.
What we do have here is a man who is taking advantage of 31 women for the sole sake of making a dime off of them.
It's not the first time the I-Team has reported on Nathaniel Johnson's troubles in a courtroom. They thought he was a doctor.
I don't see how they could have done that.
11 years ago, the Fox 5 I-Team investigation found then Dr. Johnson allowed this man, Jeff Romeus, to pose as a licensed doctor in Dr. Johnson's gynecology practice. Romeus was a Guyana Medical School graduate, but not a licensed doctor.
He's not a doctor, and he have looked inside of me and did things that only a doctor should do.
Following our report, the state prosecuted Dr. Johnson, and he pled guilty to Medicaid fraud, conspiracy to defraud the state, and aiding the unlicensed practice of medicine. It was 2014. He was ordered to repay taxpayers $300,000 in restitution and surrender his medical license. Johnson served 6 months behind bars and was put on probation, running his Hello Beautiful cosmetic surgery center when police charged him with practicing medicine without a license, claiming he performed cosmetic procedures on dozens of women.
But the day he got out of jail, he began to concoct the scheme.
He's done more good than bad, and when you weigh it out, the good outweighs the bad.
During the sentencing, 6 character witnesses, including 3 ministers, told the judge Johnson was a man of faith, devoted to his church and helping the sick, addicted, and homeless for decades.
I'm here to say that this is a good man.
Did you hear any of the 32 victims who testified?
No, sir, but I've heard thousands who would tell you today that this is a good man.
After hearing the witnesses and reviewing supporting documents, Judge Grant Brantley sentenced Johnson to 15 years in prison and 15 years on probation. Johnson cannot practice medicine. Former patient Monique Brocious, who thought Nathaniel Johnson was a licensed doctor, testified during the trial and felt the sentence was fair.
You're not sorry that you did this. You're sorry that you got caught.
Now, this may not be the end of the Nathaniel Johnson story. As soon as the sentence was handed down, Johnson's attorney, Dwight Thomas, filed a motion for a new trial. Thomas told me he feels there were trial errors and problems with the Cobb County jury selection. He says he'll take this all the way to the Supreme Court if that's what it'll take to overturn the conviction.